Ever get the feeling like there's this whole other level to life we're missing? Like what we see is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, well, absolutely. It's like we're always searching for that hidden depth, right?
Exactly. And today we're diving into this really thought-provoking excerpt that tackles this head on. It's from, let me make sure I get this right. Pasted Text.
Oh, interesting. I'm excited to hear where this goes.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's all about finding the divine, like really experiencing it, but in the everyday, the stuff we usually just glance over. Ready to dig in?
Let's do it. I'm all ears.
Okay, so get this. The text starts with this metaphor, comparing our regular run-of-the-mill experiences to the Eucharist.
Whoa, okay, that's unique. For folks who might not be familiar with that term, think of it as, how to put it simply.
Yeah, no, you're right. We should probably unpack that a bit. Not everyone's going to be up on their theological terminology.
Exactly. So basically, the Eucharist is this central thing in a lot of Christian traditions. It's about experiencing a deeper presence, often symbolized by bread and wine becoming something, well, more.
More? Like magically more. I'm picturing a medieval banquet with goblets and...
No, not quite a disappearing act. It's more about how something seemingly ordinary can hold this profound, even hidden meaning. The text is saying that's how it is with all our experiences. There's this layer of like divine presence woven in, even if we're totally oblivious to it.
So it's not just that, like, there's some higher power watching us go through the motions, but that it's actually present in those motions.
Exactly. Theological term for that is immanence, God within the world, inseparable from it. But then there's also this transcendence thing, the idea that God's also beyond our comprehension. So it's like this mind-bending paradox they're trying to untangle.
Okay, I'm starting to see where this is going, but my brain's already doing backflips. But then the text gets even bolder. It claims God doesn't just hang out in our experiences, but uses them, even orchestrates some of them to connect with us through divine love. Now that's where I get tripped up. How can that be with all the awful stuff, the suffering, the just plain bad luck in the world?
Right, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is where that hidden presence, that veiled aspect, comes back in. They're arguing that God can work through anything, good, bad, or ugly, to draw us closer, even if we can't see the why in the moment.
So it's like, okay, imagine a sculptor, right? They use chisels, hammers, all these tools that could be pretty brutal on their own.
Oh, I like where you're going with this.
Right. It might not always be pretty or comfortable, but it's how the masterpiece gets made.
Precisely. It's about taking a longer view. Those tough, even heartbreaking experiences seen through this lens, they become less about the immediate pain and more about the potential for like spiritual chiseling. They become opportunities for incredible growth.
So it's not so much about labeling something good or bad inherently, but about how we choose to see it, our perspective.
100%. It reminds me of Viktor Frankl. He found meaning even in the concentration camps. That's not to minimize the horror, obviously, but his perspective, his intentionality, it allowed for growth amidst unimaginable suffering. This text is pushing for that kind of radical shift in how we view the world.
Whoa. That makes this whole holy life thing, which the text talks about, way more than just doing the right things. It's internal, a transformation from the inside out.
Totally. And you know what's really interesting? It also connects to this other point they make about how even seemingly insignificant, even feeble or foolish things can be vessels for this deeper meaning.
So even like, I don't know, spilling your coffee or hitting every red light on your way to work.
Yes. Even those little annoyances. They could be opportunities for, well, who knows what. It's about finding that glimmer of the divine in the most ordinary, even frustrating parts of life.
I guess we're so hardwired to focus on the big wins, the achievements, that we miss the potential in those small moments.
It's true. And that's where I think this idea of mystery and faith comes in. We can't always grasp why things happen as they do, right? It's about surrendering control a bit, accepting that maybe, just maybe, there's a bigger picture unfolding, and it might not look how we expect. Think of it like finding a $20 bill on the sidewalk, totally unexpected, but it definitely brightens your day.
It's about being open to those little nudges from the universe.
Exactly. That's the essence of this perpetual festival of divine love they're describing. It's about seeing each moment, no matter how mundane or messy, as infused with the potential for something more.
Wow, that's a lot to sit with, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if we could really see every interaction, every moment through that lens, how different would our lives be?